This is round 1.
Oh, wow.
We talked a bit about Puff. Looks like Puff might be a factor as we hop into our first match of the evening. Aspen versus AHS Bananas. Now, I saw Bananas playing a little bit of the Smash 64 last week, actually.
Really? How did he do?
He made it out to Throwback, and he did decently well. If I remember correctly, the one match he played on stream, he actually came out on top, and that was against Rice from Oklahoma. So,
cool. Good for Bananas. Showing that melee players can still play a little 64. You
a
know?
little bit of 64.
A little versatility going on.
64 players can play some melee too.
Of course.
Shout outs to Wizzy. But getting into the match, Ice Climbers versus Puff. Now, this is certainly a matchup that we really don't see too often.
Yeah, in this matchup, obviously Ices like to stay grounded and Puff likes to stay in the air. And they pretty much just like to dance around each other, you know? Like Puff will throw to back air, Ices will throw to the tried and true down smash.
And I see, whenever I look at it, I see Puff having, I guess, more of a wall-esque sort of archetype, right? Where because Puff has all of these jumps, as well as that back air, it can be really, really difficult for Bananas to potentially find an opening in. But like you saw right there, if they can find that one opportunity where Puff may be dangling a touch too low, that's when they pop that burst movement with that super long wave dash, and then come in with strong with the down smash.
And now Icy's down smash comes out behind them, so a lot of what Bananas is going to do, he's going to wave dash in, and he will immediately turn around and then down smash. So the hitbox comes out behind him first.
Right, those pivot down smashes.
Yeah, it's very, very tricky. And there we go. First stock going to Bananas. Good stuff.
That pivot coming into play just as you had called.
Yep. I'm a mind reader. Now, I've played Torin in this match. Torin being, Aspen. In this matchup, I kind of have like a little pocket Ices going, and he hates it. He really, really hates this matchup. And Bananas, good stuff, taking the first stock. Bananas being our up-and-comer Ices. You know, Wobbles isn't the only notable Ices here anymore. Bananas is definitely showing his stuff.
And I'm liking some of the things that he's doing. He's not just going for those down smashes because he knows how vulnerable he could be. He's mixing it up, getting in some jabs from time to time, and now here's the payoff afterwards. Getting that wobble is going to be an easy stock for him, given he can convert here.
Wobble, baby, wobble, baby.
Ensuring that percentage is high enough, and that's another stock for Bananas. So starting off really strong. We talked about this matchup and how Puff a lot of the times needs to play very much like a wall, but it feels like what we're seeing from Bananas is that he's starting to find some of the cracks in the wall, and he's really starting to find some openings because of that.
Ooh, got a good descent going. Ooh, double fair. That is a dead Popo, actually.
That's really critical for Aspen as well. Whenever he finds his openings, whenever he has Aspen cornered, he can find that initial opening to separate those climbers. He has to ensure that he can take out one of them.
Yes. Now, the name of the game for Bananas right now is to just tack on percent. Like, yeah, he could probably find a kill if he really looks hard enough, but generally it's safer to just sort of get these tiny openings, you know, tack on some percent and come back, you know, full force next stock with both the climbers.
That's right. You know, a little bit here, a little bit there, and before you know it, you go into your second stock, and it's not much work before one of those wave dash pivot down smashes comes in and ends up taking a stock for you. Aspen taking that stock from Bananas, and now we're at 2 apiece, and like you touched on before, the percent on Aspen looking pretty high. He's popping that rest a little bit early. It's going to be a pretty big punish. F smash connects, and that's going to be another stock.
Yeah, the double F smash put a lot of butter on it. Now, he didn't really have to wobble him, even though he had the perfect setup, because obviously Puff out of a rest is pretty punishable. But he just figured, you know, I'm going to go with the double F smash. You know, easy stuff.
There's a lot less variability to that.
Yes, you don't have to press A at 100 or 200 BPM and mess it up. Now, what that was right there is he did an Ices desync. If you roll, spot dodge, or grab, and then buffer an input, the secondary Ice Climber will do the input you buffer. There he did a spot dodge into Blizzard, and it's a really good grab setup, actually. It's very reliable for a wobble setup.
Still some signs of life from Aspen as he ends up taking one of the climbers out. But he finds himself in a very similar predicament to the previous stock. It seems like he hasn't been able to really close the gap. And that's problematic as we're approaching the end of this first game. Bananas seems to have this unlocked, but keep in mind that Puff does have that rest factor still unlocked. Forward smash, going to be taking out Bananas, putting him down to just 1 stock here, but it's not going to take much here for him to really close out the stock.
Yes. Now, like you said, the rest factor, Ices also have like a pseudo rest factor. They have the wobble. So both of these characters are still in an explosive set. Anything can happen. Ooh, Aspen is cornered. And here we go. We're seeing a lot of that dancing again. No one really wants to commit right now.
Just really good spacing that we're noticing from Aspen. Bananas has had a really tough time getting around this bear in this last stock.
Oh,
grab coming out, but it leaves him vulnerable to the down smash, and he was caught
Sheesh.
completely off guard there. You know, if he wasn't caught so off guard, he may have been able to have better DI and
Yes.
could have probably survived that, but it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, down smash comes out quick. It's a really quick pop, and a lot of the times, I was actually playing Bananas earlier, and if you will get caught wave dashing, so your DI will be down and away, and then that's just the end of your stock. A really, really early death. But here we
Truth
go.
be told, I didn't really agree with the grab at that exact moment there. You know, I felt like it was a bit too low of a percent. He didn't create the separation that he needed to, and it left him really vulnerable. It may have actually cost him the entirety of that match.
It did. Grabbing ICs generally is a horrible idea because there's two of them. One of them can definitely sit in a rebuttal your way if you throw a grab. Oh.
And it's definitely very possible that Aspen was very focused on separating out the climbers, but when you tunnel vision too much on Nana, you forget about Popo, and that can really lead to your detriment. Going into game number 2 now, Aspen finding himself at 94% and getting down smash from the top platform.
These down smashes are lethal, man. Okay, Aspen throwing a little heat of his own. Oh no, that wasn't even on purpose. Torrin, Aspen puts his hand up like, what the heck, man? That was not an input from Bananas. That was a random level 1 CPU down smash.
Yeah, sometimes that level 1 CPU comes in handy, but no CPU needed. Nana hanging in the air as Popo goes in and gets that down smash and takes the stock. But Aspen hoping to close out the stock, and he does on Nana.
Oh,
but
no!
Look, the down air puts him in a precarious position, and the unfortunate air dodge is going to result in an SD for Aspen.
I never thought I'd say this, but Jigglypuff just got battlefielded. That never, ever happens. Yeah, Aspen ran out of jumps and just, sadly, just had to die.
He burned a lot, I guess, trying to close out Nana, and that's very reminiscent of the ending of the first game, actually, where he overcommits a bit in a really desperate plea to kind of close out Nana early.
Here we go. Aspen taking a good stock on Bananas, finally. He really needs to get another one to pick up some momentum, because right now, two really unfortunate things has happened to Aspen, and he's kind of down in the dumps mentally. But he really, if he picks it up, you know, gets a rest going, perhaps he could, you know, get a comeback going.
I'd love to see the return of some of those well-placed bears, but we're noticing that Bananas is starting to maybe use verticality to his advantage as he's opting for a bit more platform movement. But
okay, there we go.
That's a great way to go ahead. Close out one of the climbers.
Sadly, he traded one climber for his stock, so we have a 3-stock lead, or a 2-stock lead, excuse me. And it's going to be pretty rough for Aspen to pull this back.
Well, what could he do maybe to bring this back?
2 rests and then a good stock.
All right.
But let's see if it happens. Now, Banana's definitely still so Lona, if you will. He's rocking the Nana color. So he's one climber. Oh no, another Randy down smash.
Made sense actually on that platform, given how much coverage he got from it.
Yes. Down smash covers a huge part of the platform, and it's oh, nice dunk, but
such slippery movement as well. Going
there we go.
Just being so mobile from that top platform initially, slamming him towards the second platform on the right, and then closing out strong with the down smash.
Wow, that was good tech chase. Bananas definitely is heating up a lot lately. He's becoming quite the player, and a lot of people are afraid of him here, honestly. They really are.
Perhaps a mini wobbles in the making, Bananas taking that set 2-0.